All right. Good evening, everyone. It is Sunday night here on RPG Limit Break, the day after Saturday. And we are very excited to do the third week of the Platy Party slash sixth week of the Duckling Boot Camp. Oh my God, I am here with Dead Pulse. We are hanging out. I'm Gregory Paul. DM Stewart 1981 is going to be our tracker tonight. How you doing tonight, Dead Pulse?
Oh, super excited. It's been 5 long weeks. The 6th is finally here. We're going to be finishing up with the Duck Boot Camp, which you know what that means? That means we're about to hit Duck Derby winter 2022.
Yeah, I am super excited about it. Not only that, but of course this Platy Party thing that we kind of threw in at the last second. The two runners that we have on stream tonight, we've got, let me pull them up real quick. We've got, I can't see their names anymore. It's Luffy and Shumbabi. I knew who they were. I just wanted to see it on the screen. They are currently our number 1 and number 2 runners in our Platy Party race. We have what? 6 other runners off stream, is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah, we're looking at 8 total runners. 9 total. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so there's 7 off stream because Clementina's joined us there a little bit on the later side. What are we looking at as far as points go? I know, like I said, Luffy's first, Shuma's second, Saracen's third, but their points are kind of all over the place, and there's plenty of chance.
It's 3 minutes from first to second, or not 3 minutes, 3 points from first to second, another 3 points from second to third, and then I think the back from there was within 3 to 2 points per player. So it's all really close right now.
Yeah.
Basically, it's anyone's game.
Mm-hmm.
That was Dark Moon, by the way, our restreamer, chatting in case you didn't know what that disembodied voice was. So let's go ahead and talk. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and go over the flags for the Duckling Derby Boot Camp Week 6, only because we've got 9 minutes before our runners go live. You know how I know that? Because we are on a time delay, and they started about a minute ago. So our goal, looks like we've got Treasure Hunt turned on, which means there are going to be, instead of lighting the orbs like you would normally do in Final Fantasy 1, we are looking for 24 shards in boxes. Now, if you decide you want to go kill a fiend, well, if you light the earth and the fire orb, that will give you 2 shards. If you light the water and the air orb, that will give you 4 shards. So early access to Sky and Sea are kind of big in shard hunts, especially since there are so many chests in those particular dungeons.
Yeah, to add on to that quick, this means that there are going to be 24 shards in the world in boxes. However, you probably won't need all of them if you kill a fiend. So you can go, oh, if I've got 2 shards left, I can keep opening boxes, or I can go kill either Lich or Carry.
Yeah, exactly. So here's our scaling. Again, nothing too crazy. Our baseline always seems to be around 100%. Enemies a little bit on the squishier side at 80%. But, 60 to 170, you understand how math works. It's percentages, right? Our encounter rate's pretty low. We typically keep it kind of on the lower side for shard hunt. Basically, that just means we have 5 encounters per 256 steps, and 8 encounters for 256 steps is the standard in Final Fantasy in the regular game, in the original game. Experience is pretty generous here at 2.6 plus 250, and then we get 25% more per orb / 8 shards, and you can obviously do the math there. We're only going to get about 75% more EXP because, well, 8 times 3 is 24.
Yeah, when it says per orb or 8 shards, since it's shard hunt, it's referring to the shards, so you don't get a bonus experience per orb in this one. I just kind of wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, so it's not going to be, it's good starting off because it's not going to get much better moving along. So let's keep it moving.
Also want to point out, just because I know this is something that people have discussed before, it's a per shard. It says 25% per 8, but even getting 1 extra shard actually does give you a tiny bonus.
Ooh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize it was whatever 1/8 of 25%.
Yeah, I saw the devs talking about it at one point. That is actually something they mentioned.
Wow. All right, so instead of locations, everything's vanilla. As you can see what we have checked here. So we got the floater chest, we've got the tail chest, we have the crown chest, which is of course ice ordeals and marsh respectively. We have the the ruby chest, which is an earth cave, and the slab chest, which is down in Sea Shrine. The only thing that's different is we are not doing the adamant chest in Sky Palace. It is any chest in Sky Palace, and specifically Sky Palace, not Mirage. So you have to have the cube in order to get that incentive item that is randomly placed in Sky Palace. One thing you will notice as well, locations, there are 20 of them. Items, there's 22. Well, that means we have 2 loose items. What that means is that there are 2 items over here on the right side: Massimum Defense, Power Bonk, Floater Canoe, Ship Canal, Tail, Main Progression, and other quest items that can be in a random box that is not incentivized. So just anywhere randomly in the game, it can be placed. That is not, go down to loose placement for a second, not in an incentive dungeon. So when you find the incentive item in Ice Cave, you don't technically need to continue looking in Ice Cave, because the loose item cannot be in Ice Cave because that dungeon is already incentivized, if that makes any sense. So I'll see a lot of these runners full clear in Volcano, full clear in places like Mirage, any of the other places that are unincentivized, but I don't see a lot of full clearing in places like Ice Cave, Marsh Cave, especially Earth Cave or Sea Shrine. What do you think?
No, you're absolutely correct. I could see getting chests that are going to be easy just because of shards.
Yeah.
But probably not, doing those stupid hairpin checks in Earth. And
4 minutes, guys.
Yeah, I see. I got the timer going. Early open progression just means you can get to Dwarf Cave in the early game. That's all that pretty. And there's the split between. You can get from Ice Cave to Volcano through the river system, and then the extended open progression means you can get from Dwarf Cave down to Northwest Castle. But none of that's going to really matter here, because when we go to maps, you will see one big change. We've got shuffle entrances. So as opposed to just like a fully shuffled entrance floor, you can walk into one entrance, let's say Canaria Castle, and that's Earth Cave. The whole thing is Earth Cave. So you'll walk into Canaria Castle, it's just Earth 1, Lich is going to be down there. Obviously, you're going to still need the rod to get down to Lich, but that is Earth Cave. You can walk up to Topher, and that is Mirage, and Mirage will still lead to Sky, and so forth and so on. So all the entrances will be shuffled. Now, towns are going to be vanilla, so Canaria is still going to be Canaria. Provoca is still Provoca, Elfland is still Elfland, so forth and so on. As far as town stuff is concerned, we've got Lefanish Hospitality turned on. That just gives us the clinic in Lefane. And then we've got the Gaia shortcut and the Gaia item shop move, which is just, it's necessary. Gaia is the dumbest place ever.
That's clinic and in Lefane.
Yes, that is correct. We got a free bridge. Nothing too crazy on this page that we really kind of have to go over. Got about 2.5 minutes, so let's try to get through this quickly. Another main thing I want to talk about here is the shuffled magic levels. That's always turned on, but tiered shuffle is something we don't turn on very often. That just basically means if you have spells at 1 through 3 in the vanilla game, they will be randomized more than likely into that 1 through 3 area. So basically, top tier level magic will remain top tier, just randomized kind of in those, and then lower tier, same thing. Now, one thing I will say about that is a spell that's very important, like Temper, is going to roll low because it is a lower magic spell in the vanilla game. I think it's only level 2, and then same.
That's technically correct, but the developer of this swapped Temper and Saber. So Temper is actually with the level 7 pairing, and Saber is actually with the level 2 pairing.
That is jacked up. Who did that?
It is.
Why would
Someone's
they do that?
Fix it someday.
Who would make that decision a thing? That
the
is
same
silly.
guy who made all of our spellcrafter.
I know, I hear you. All right, we got a minute and a half. Let's just get through this last thing. Nothing too crazy. Shuffled spike tiles, and we use alternative formations. There's no real way to describe that. Just better formations, harder typically. We got a full open party here. Our classes, nothing too crazy again. Thief lock picking turned up to 20. We got 2 bonuses on the classes and no malices, so that's pretty cool. And I didn't even check the bonuses, so hopefully we'll see them at some point. Blurst equipment, we've got -2 to +4 on weapons, -1 to +3 on armor, and then our weapon elemental / type bonus is 25, which is about 2.5 times better than the normal game. We have the Explorer starting pack, which I think is like, what, few tents, a bunch
It's
of heals.
50 heals, 10 tents, a couple of 4 pures, 2 softs, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, insert ruse item as well. Turns the power staff into a ruse stick. And that's it. Faster ship. Nothing too crazy. Let's go on ahead and pull up the racers because they're going to start in about 20 seconds or so. So Luffy on the right here, or left. Good lord. only 3 points ahead of Shumbavi. And yeah, this kind of determines who our Platymus Prime is going to be. Again, they're going to start any moment now. DM Stewart, 1981 is going to be our tracker, so he'll start the timer as soon as they go. There it is. They're off to the races, and we get a Cardia treasure right at the beginning. That's a good thing to see. And the harp, that is our loot. Wow. That's wow. What was getting a loose loot in the very first place you walk into? Unbelievable. I can't even handle it.
So we saw that magic. We saw that saber happening. I think there was Fire 2 as well.
Yeah, I missed that. I was too busy trying to determine a way to talk to Concussed Gamer about the War Mech and everywhere in Floating Fortress. We have something called War Mech Unleashed on our randomizer that puts War Mech in the pool of random encounters. You can find War Mech anywhere.
Now, going on to what's going on screen, whenever there's sort of an entrance shuffle, it's pretty much the standard that you head into Canaria Castle first to see what's there, because it could be something like a Cardia check. At that point, you've got a ton of magic gold that you have, so you can buy a bunch of stuff. And if it's something that you have to fight, you have it. You immediately go back to Canaria, finish off your business.
Yeah, so Shumbavi already kind of out of the area, as is Luffy. They're going to check the next entrance here. I completely missed level 1 through, or level 1 magic. And here's Marsh Cave. Interesting that Shumbavi's going north side, considering that we know there's not a loose item in this incentive dungeon here. I think he just realized it. Or he's not even going to bother going down to check the crown chest. Which kind of makes sense.
We'll check a different one.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. We have the free Zeus Gauntlet. So no matter what was level 1, we still had the ability to have an AoE item do some sort of damage.
Yeah, so this, I'm not going to lie, this flag set is challenging because you're not going to have great, most of the time, you're not going to have great level 1 magic or level 2 magic. It's randomized so you could get stuck, the only entrances that are available are like Sea Shrine and Sky, and you have to dig the incentive out of there. So we try to make it a little bit friendlier by toning down some of the monsters a bit, giving a free Zeus Gauntlet, giving a bunch of starting equipment. But rest assured, this is probably one of the more difficult, if not the most difficult flag set that a boot camp has ever seen.
Shumbavi finds Toph at Matoya's Cave, so there's our in-game dungeon. Once we find the key in 24 shards, something happened over on Luffy's screen. He is down to just a fighter and 1 thief, and down to 1 thief now. And let's see what we've got in our wizard tile here. Able to get away, gets the canoe. That is important, especially that's huge. That opens up.
Just gotta get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to get out of here. Thief, come on. Thief is more than likely going to be able to on some things. They also have the agility buff, correct? So
yes, so it's going to be a little easier.
Yeah. So,
but this is kind of the dream scenario for taking a thief, because once you hit level 20, you have the key. We've literally found the loot within the first minute. So as soon as we get those 24 shards, we can immediately head to try to take on Chaos. Well, of course, we have to go through the entire Topher, but just saying.
Yeah, what we're really hoping for here, or at least on Luffy's side, or both people's sides, is that we can find the key early and that we can get those shards without having to really do much of anything. Luffy does have the thief, and I mean, he only needs to get the level 20 on that thief in order to get basically a free key, because we do have that thief lockpicking turned on. Same thing with Shumabi, of course, because he also has a thief. Shum getting us into Provoca, so we can check out this level 2 magic.
Yeah, one thing I like with this flag set is actually to take a level or take a fight on the way to Provoca, like at the start, because I'll be high enough level to cast level 2 magic, and the chance of there being a sweeper there, if it's not in Canaria, is much better. Now, it didn't work out the best here, but we do have Fast and Warp, the two very important spells. We got Harm 3, so that's not bad.
Yeah, luckily with the Zeus Gauntlet, we're going to be able to still kind of mow things down with that Lit 2 that comes out of it. But Fast and Warp, I mean, that's pretty awesome to have that early on. Luffy being able to use the canoe to get through this river system, he's going to find Toph. More than likely going to full clear here because, well, we still do have one loose item floating around out there.
Yeah, not only that, but Shumabi actually found the Bane Sword in here.
Nice.
So that is going to be a useful item.
Vicky giving us the ship. Is this game even randomized? Ruby, yes, it's a good pickup, but we may not need the Ruby unless we get wormhole action here. We could potentially find Titans somewhere that could lead to another Titans entrance. That could be a place that we can't get to via the floater. That could get us another key item that could potentially be the floater or something like that.
Yeah. So while we're doing this, Gregory Puff, we did not see the Blurses, but if there weren't any Blurses, what kind of party would you take on this adventure?
I like all these parties. I like these two parties actually, with 2 loose items, 2 loose items, and the spike tiles and the entrance shuffle. Black belt kind of becomes, it's like, do I risk bringing the black belt for the off chance that I'll find a good grind in a spot? Not really, especially when you're looking for 2 loose items. Having the thief in there, of course, with the extra thief agility and potentially taking him to level 20 so you don't need the key, is nice. The fighter's always going to be good here, especially with the incentive items that we have. I think, what do we have? Incentive Massa, Defense, and Power Bonk. So, yeah, I mean, these 2 parties are great. And then kind of running it out with a red mage and a black mage I like. I know you're a big proponent of the white mage, especially with the tiered shuffle. You may not get the life for white mage, or for the red mage, I mean. So, the only thing I would say is maybe switch out the red mage for a white mage just to have that guaranteed life. But I would definitely bring the fighter and the thief for sure.
I would consider Black Belt Rainbow in this, simply because
Black Belt Rainbow, wow.
Yeah, if you find a great spike tile like early, or you have like an entrance that you can kill the things off, the experience here is pretty nice. It's going to be very easy to get that black belt up to level 21, and at that point, nothing is really going to give you a problem in a lot of the vanilla early dungeons.
So we were kind of talking over Elflip a little bit, but it looks like we got a Fire 3 and a Temper at level 3, which is that's pretty good for the tiered shuffle. Pretty good. Luffy heading up to Ordeals. Not sure he thinks he can make Ordeals a thing. No, he's got Warp at level 2. He shouldn't have an issue here. Shum does find the wormhole here. Let's see where this takes us. So this is kind of the thing I was talking about with the wormhole, with entrance shuffle. If you find the ruby, you can go into Titans, whichever side, whether it be Titans, east or west would be the entrance, and you can pop out on the other side, and it can take you to a place like here, where you're at Sardis Cave, and then you can get to an entrance like Titans west that would take you somewhere you wouldn't normally be able to go without the airship. So let's see what Shumabi decides to do here.
On this, one thing that I don't like is leaving the Zeus Golem on the thief. I think that I would rather have the thief running. This is dangerous now, because if like the floater is locked here, this is going to be required to go find the cube somewhere.
Yeah. So one thing I do have to ask myself here, and I'm not sure how the devs work this, and I guess we'll find out here soon. If we have an incentive item that's behind gating, but it's in Sky, which is technically Mirage and Sky combined, the loose item cannot be here, correct?
I don't believe that the loose item can be here because it's still counted as the same quote-unquote location.
Yeah, so yes, while clearing this is great, we don't have the cube, and we know we can't get a loose item here, so it's like, are we really doing ourselves favors by hopping in here and checking this out? Yes, we can get some slices, but we can't really do anything else.
It's nice to have some good gear. Oh my, Luffy Ordeals is paying off. Finds the dragon armor, finds the katana.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of big for his party. He just needs the tail and to find, of course, Bahamut. Ooh, Vorpal +4. Heel Helm +3, which is, normally I would be like, whatever about that, but that's pretty decent. And there's our tail. So not progression for Luffy, but if he does find Bahamut, he can basically use, 75% of the things he found here in Ordeals.
Yeah, that's...
He's got like in-game weapons and armor galore with the things he found there. So the one thing I will say is like, okay, so we've got the canoe for Luffy. So Luffy has a lot more places he can check. I noticed the canal's turned off. So we could potentially find the canal that could lead to other things, that could lead to the cube, that could lead to whatever you need in the Sky Palace. So there's still a lot on the table here. Where do you go in this instance? Shumabi hanging out in the Sky area, he's probably going to work his way back towards where he's going. Or are you trying to get over to Crescent to see what the item is over there? Check Volcano, and he picks up the Edamame, which is the ruby.
Yeah, I don't know really here. I think we still have to check out. We can't get anywhere outside because I don't think Shumabi has the canoe.
Yeah, but we found Canaria here. Well, I didn't even see where that was. It must have been northwest. There's the floater, so
it's
never mind.
Northwest Castle, yeah.
Yeah, so Luffy needs to make his way over to Northwest Castle right now. He was right there when he went to Dwarf Cave. Kind of shocked he didn't head down and check that out, because that gets us the floater right away. And Shum did not do Marsh Cave, I don't think. So I'm not sure he can even get in the air.
Nope.
Wow. Getting rid of that heel helm. I like that play just to get a little extra money.
Well, no, if I were Luffy, I would have probably gone to once I got that canoe, I probably would have canoed myself over to Crescent Lake just to get that free item and see if it was the floater. If it wasn't anything that I absolutely needed, I probably would have just reset and then gone and done, anything else that was available to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to have to ask him about this, only because he did go to Dwarf Cave, and that dock is literally next to Northwest Castle, and he could have hopped down and checked that entrance there. And now he's doing the exact same thing you were just talking about here, heading over to Crescent Lake, which we know is not going to be the floater, but it could be the red herring in the canal.
Yeah, that's the risk.
So the canal here would would signal to him that potentially he needs to get out of this area and go down to maybe Ordeal's entrance, Earth Cave, Titan's East, Melman, stuff like that, to get some stuff done. And Chime. Okay. That gives us
if you'll notice, we didn't need the chime to get into Sky because it was randomized. So that's kind of an important thing to remember. You still need the cube, obviously, to get through the the cube plate. But that chime is just going to give us access to literally one location, and that is going to be the Mirage Tower.
Yeah. Which could be an incentive area or something that we need. We won't know until we get in the air. I find it fascinating that both of these runners kind of have each other's item to get in the air, but can't get in the air. You know what I mean? Like Luffy doing the scary marsh dive and getting the canoe out, and Shumbabi saving that for later, but finding the floater before Luffy, but just needs to get down in that marsh cave. Luffy, it's going to be a while for him because he's obviously going to check this volcano and ice cave dungeon before heading back to Northwest Castle. And this is the worst thing he can see right now. But luckily, he doesn't even want to go to Sea Shrine. Wow. What do you, like, I guess he has no way to really do anything in Sea Shrine, which is why he got out of there.
Well, but the incentive is vanilla, and you do have warp. So you could run down and grab that incentive. But I think that he realized, all right, I still have one check over here. I might as well do that.
Yeah, maybe. Because in my mind, I see good Lord. Struggling. I may have had a shirt there. I see Sea Shrine. and I go down and get the incentive item. If you could make any sense of what I was saying, thank you, Lord Goober 3. Words are. But Luffy, luckily, seeing getting better judgment in his brain, deciding to get out of there and heads up here and gets the floater. So something must have been eating away at him, like, let's do Northwest Castle. Yeah. Why didn't I go there earlier?
So there's a very high variability when it comes to this. You can just see in the first 16 minutes. They've done most of the same things, but the order that they've kind of done it in has put Luffy at an advantage having the canoe. Almost a disadvantage because with the canoe would have been able to go to 2 more locations than Shumbabi. So it's when we say it's high variability, like these. I was talking before the broadcast. I did one of these where I was in go mode at the 35-minute mark where I had all my shards. I didn't even need the floater. And that's absolutely possible. Or you're at the hour-and-a-half mark. You finally found your floater because it was behind a weird string of things. The Temple of Fiends was locked in, was floater locked. So anything's really possible with this. How I put it is there's 3 games. The first game, the stage of this game, is to get your starting. Basically get up to level 8, get yourself so that you have the ability to cast level 1 through 4 magic. Chances are you're going to find something that's going to be able to at least carry you to the next stage. And that's the next stage then is finding all of your shards. Once you get all your shards, then it becomes more familiar because now you just need your levels, you need your preparation, and you can go right into Tober. But it's very distinct stages that you need to get through. And if you get hung up on any one of those, you're going to have a bad time.
So Luffy again, coming through here kind of like what Shumbabi did earlier, but again, we don't have the cube. And I get it, like, check the first floor of this, maybe you'll find something interesting, like some slices or whatever. But we know we're not going to find a loose incentive item here because of the way the flags are designed. So, in your mind, as a top tier runner and yourself, Deadpool, would you be checking Mirage 1 and 2 without the cube, knowing you're not going to get a loose item here?
I would check Mirage 1, only because I have warp. I would check Mirage 1 because I'm also looking for the first encounter. Like, I would hard reset, I would see what the first encounter is in there, and if it's something like vampires or something that's easy to kill, I would definitely take that fight to get some levels. But we're not, both of these runners, since we already have the loot and we have access to the key once we're 20, we don't need any more loose items that we know of. I put that as an emphasis because you still need the Oxyale to get into whatever entrance is hiding behind Onrak. And we have the cube, so that's... or one of us has the cube here. So that's going to get us into Mirage. But we still need those shards. So I'm going to look for chest density, and yeah, I'm probably going to open that first floor.
Yeah, I appreciate the insight there, Shumbabi. Finally making it down to the bottom of Marsh. Fire threes down all those sea creatures down there. Get some good experience. Get that canoe out of there. Has the warp, so is able to warp out of there and shouldn't be too far behind Luffy as far as getting into the air. Maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, depending on where his ship is located. Luffy down in Ice Cave, going to try to get this incentive. We do have warp, so this should be really quick. In and out. Warp trick. Check the 3 boxes. Warp out of that place. We should be done here in about 30 seconds. And when I talk about warp trick, for those that have never watched FFR, this is the warp trick. Top down there, do warp, check the incentive, check the 2 boxes next to the incentive. Use warp again, or what are you doing? Oh, checking spike tiles.
Checking spike tiles and probably getting these 6 chests down here. This is kind of a black belt's dream. When you come in here, you've got a lot of spike tiles that you can check. And if you find, like a 3-eye tile, you've got a Zeus gauntlet, you probably got the means to kill him in a round or 2. That's the dream right there. I can definitely see why Luffy is checking these. I don't think I would personally, because the experience is pretty good. I'll get that in future levels. But then again, you can make the argument, we already know where C is. That's guaranteed 4 shards, plus mermaids is a lot of chests and an incentive item. So at this point, I think Luffy's already at, 7 shards, as you can kind of see at the top left when you menu. It'll show you how many shards, it'll fill up the little circles. Those are shards. And once you get to 24, you'll be able to break the black orb. But yeah, Luffy has the information that, we might just need to go to Sea Shrine and finish this off.
Yeah, I don't see, we got 1 slice here. It's 16 boxes. We've already checked 3 of them. And with this party, I'm not looking for like a static grind, like an alt box. So, but, again, I could eat my words real quick. You could find like 5 slices on this next floor and then check the eye box and get like 3 eyes on it and be level 25 across the board on this party in no time. But with the fighter lead, I'm not really looking for a static grind like that. And again, there are only 13 more boxes here when you can go to a place like Sea Shrine and get a ton of boxes down in, mermaids or whatever. Rixel 96 wondering, is this a randomizer? And I already figured the answer out before I could say it. Yes, in fact, this is a randomizer. Shumbabi gets the canal. That is the worst thing he wants to see because he's already in the air. Does not need that canal.
Well, we knew that it still had to be in the inner sea, so it was going to be, either here or Vanilla Ice Cave.
Yeah. And since we hadn't seen the crystal in the inner sea, it's not possible that Matoya could have given us the canal, correct?
Correct.
Sure.
If Matoya's placement isn't even in the inner sea, then technically it can't anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But Shumbabi's finding a couple of slices, finding a gold bracelet, finding some ice armor, finding some really good stuff here.
All right,
warping out, and
I was just going to say, we got an Earth Cave here in Grassy Cardia, and then an Oxyale, so that's an entrance you can check if you decide to head over to Unrack location. We have the dead end still turned on, so anything that would normally be a dead end in the game, like that Cardia he's checking, this Cardia he's about to check now, are going to be vanilla. And then we got a vanilla Cardia check here at Cardia Swamp. I love that play there, realizing he doesn't need what's in there, so he just exits out. And here's our big non-incentive dungeon. Like the one dungeon I would want to see right now is Volcano. It's not incentive, which means a loose item can be here. And there's 32 chests in here. And you should be able to kill carry at these levels and get 2 extra shards, but it doesn't look like we're doing that.
Yeah, I think we're looking for something. I just don't know what that something is right now. Maybe we're looking for guaranteed incentive locations.
That makes sense. I mean, places like Waterfall that are still out there. I mean, Earth Cave is incentivized. He chose not to go there. Hasn't been down to Sea Shrine yet, but probably hasn't figured out that the canal is down there, so he knows there's no real reason to go there. And then we still need the cube to get in the sky, so it's just really pretty much down to Waterfall, Herb Turn-In, and Earth Cave as of right now, from what I can tell from what they have in their inventory. Ooh, and there's Waterfall. So that Oxiel may be required depending on if the key's down here.
Well, I do know that Luffy is checking spike tiles specifically because he wants to get the thief up to level 20. At that point, you have a lot of chests that you can access. There's the 3 chests in Locktober, there's the 6 in Canaria Castle, the 4 in Elfland, the 7 in Dwarf Cave, and if you really wanted, the 3 in Marsh.
Yeah.
And Northwest Castle, the 3 there, that has the potential for a lot of shards.
Yeah, another thing I hadn't even really been talking about much is that because he's running the Spider Thief party, he's probably looking for Bahamut. He has the tail, and I would definitely want the tail before I'm doing any grinding with this party because of obviously the extra spell charges you get on the Knight and the Ninja after class change.
Yeah.
So that could be on his mind as well. Why he's checking so many entrances. So I do actually like the play. Now, of course, Bahamut's going to probably be in Ordeals or somewhere you don't want to go in the airship.
Go ahead.
I was just going to answer Vapor Mermaid, but you can if you want to, if that's what you were planning on doing.
I was. Vapor Mermaid. So this is week 6 of what we call the Duckling Boot Camp, where we kind of teach new players the ins and outs of the 400 plus flags, and do the best we can to get them prepared for all the future tournaments. So this tournament that's going on right now, this mini tournament, is just for advanced players, but it's leading into next week. We're going to start up the actual Duckling Derby, which is just going to be new players. So it's very exciting. We do this twice a year. Community gets behind it because it's nice to see new faces and give people some attention who might not normally get it.
So one thing I wanted to point out over on Luffy's side, got the crown. We don't know what that leads you yet since we haven't seen Northwest Castle. Also, saw Agamas, like the 2 to 4 Agama tile. Unfortunately, Agamas had trance, which is kind of scary because you like Agamas for that juicy EXP. You don't like trance for what it does to your party. So that's got to feel pretty bad because I'm sure he probably thought to himself, "Oh, Agamas, that's great. I can get a ton of levels on my party and be good to go." And here we go, Northwest Castle right away, showing us the, or sorry, not Northwest, Elfland Castle, showing us the, sometimes you can canoe up the waterfall, and there's our key. So technically go mode, and once we find all the shards, right?
Yeah, not something that we were specifically looking for, but we'll take it because this means we don't have to come back here. And if there's something good in one of these chests up here, it's going to be very worth it. Well, it's still nice. Yeah. Well, you're definitely like at this point, you're not looking for the loose item either, because we have access to all the Fiend dungeons except for except for Sky, because we don't have the cube yet. But we can go kill Lich. We can
full clear Volcano and kill Carry if we need the shards. We can go kill Kraken for the extra 4 shards and clear that area up looking for slices and stuff like that. And on Luffy's side and Bobby's side, since they both did ordeals, they've got great gear. They've got a Vorpal +4, they've got a Katana +3, Dragon armor. We'd like to see a ribbon, but we don't have one yet. And more than likely, we're gonna find Bahamut since we have the chime. We can get into all these dungeon entrances.
Yeah, do you think that Bahamut's going to end up being in ordeals?
No, Bahamut's behind the chime.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, so making that chime even more valuable. Granted, it was pretty free coming out of the Old Men and coming out of Lucan and Crescent Lake, but that's still great for Luffy. We're about to see it now. Moving some stuff around. Aegis Shield. I didn't even see we picked up an Aegis Shield. Holy moly. Look at this gear. I mean, this is like half of this stuff you get out of Sky. Wow. So, really great gear. And then, of course, he didn't even show us the weapons yet, which we know we have the Vorpal +4 and the Katana +3 for that Ninja and Knight. So, I mean, at this point, get some levels, get those shards in the game, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And since we already have access to 3 of the Fiend dungeons, that's 8 shards. I think Luffy had 9 shards. So if my math is correct, that means we just need to find 7 shards somewhere.
And you're more than likely going to find them in a place like Volcano and Sea Shrine. I wouldn't even bother going to Earth Cave unless you want to try to find maybe the Incentive Masa or Defense Sword or Power Bonk, which it looks like that's exactly what he wants to do here, since he's in the area.
Well, Earth Cave is probably the easiest because you only have to check the one chest behind the vampire. It's on the way. What I would do here is probably check the 3 chests up top, just in case there's a shard there. I would check the 5 chests in the mini armory on Earth 4. But that's me.
Yeah. Again, we're trying to, give help to this. This is kind of a weird race to call, because normally when you're calling races, when you're calling a competitive race between 2 runners, you want to make sure you talk about what the runners are doing and what you think they're doing. You don't want to focus on yourself. But we're also juggling the idea of helping new runners out. So we want to also put in our info and expertise onto that, because we are training newer players as well. I kind of agree with you there. Check those top 3 boxes. Probably check this box. Check the Asher box, which is the one up at the top of this dungeon here. I wouldn't check the small room because I don't want to go over a spike tile. Kill the vampire, check the incentive box, and then, like you said, check that 5-piece room in Northern Earth 4, and then go kill Lich and get my extra 2 shards and get out of here.
Yeah, my something I haven't talked about in a while is what I call my 3-second rule. If I can check a chest and get back to my original path within 3 seconds, it's worth it to me if I'm looking for things. Now, to simplify that, let's say that I'm going up to that Earth 4 room. There's 5 chests in there. I have warp. It's going to take me approximately 12 seconds, disregarding battles, to get up there, check those 5 chests, and warp back. So to me, that is worth it. The same thing with Titan's Trove. It takes 4 seconds to walk down there, another 2 seconds to check all 4 of those chests. That's 4 chests for 6 seconds. That's 2 seconds per chest. This sounds a little mathy, a little nerdy, but this is just kind of the thing that I go by. So if there's a chest that's out of the way, and I'm just looking for random things, but it takes me, 10 seconds to get to, it doesn't make it worth it to me. Like when you're doing these type of flag sets where you have Shard Hunt or you have Entrance Shuffle or something that's out of your comfort zone, you're not going to win by checking every chest. You're going to win by checking the correct chests, and since it's randomized, you don't know which ones those are, so I always just default to the ones that are closest.
Yeah. Now, I did find it interesting that Luffy didn't bother checking the spike tiles here, but did check other spike tiles later on. Maybe realizing he doesn't really need to check spike tiles at this point. But yeah, gonna go on ahead and get through there. Didn't get much except for a pro ring, which I mean, I say didn't get much except for, but pro rings are kind of good. The +2 means it's a 10 absorb gauntlet, plus it has death resistance, kind of huge. And then let's see how this Lich 1 battle goes. This is going to be worth 2 shards. So luckily, done class change, Vorpal +4 coming out, 3 hits, 113, 3 hits, 15 from that katana. It's awful. That's what low levels will do for you, I suppose.
Yeah.
Fasten up. Not a great hit out of that red mage, but 6 hits, 382 is going to do Lich down pretty quickly. And here comes 2 more orbs. Once we get past this troll battle after the fiend. Nothing worse than a random encounter after killing a fiend. And here we go. Let's see. I'd like to see Luffy's screen right now. I don't know what he found in those boxes he checked. But I would love to see how many orbs he currently has. Looked like he was just 1 away from... He looks like he had 11 just then.
I absolutely missed it.
Looked like it was 1 away from filling up 2 rows. So, Shum also in Earth Cave. Luffy heading into Gaia using that shortcut. Love it.
Yeah, we got the bottle out of here, so we're going to turn that in and see if we can find the cube. Oh, and we do.
My God, that is all. Like, we are in go mode in the sense that we can kill all 4 fiends right now. Granted, we still need 24 shards, so. But man, killing Tiamat, that opens up 4 more shards. Let's see here. If he's at 11, we can get 10 shards from that. So we're 3 shards away outside of killing all 4 fiends, right?
Correct, yeah. And I like going into Volcano to specifically check the armory and to check things along the way. But you're correct. If I'm Luffy, I'm going, all right, I only need 3 more shards from boxes and I am good to go.
Yeah, and I feel pretty good about his. I feel really good about his gear. I would like a ribbon. We have long Topher, so I would like levels.
I would think, yeah, that's the danger. Luffy is going to be in go mode before he's got levels. There have been no ribbons so far. I have not seen wall. This could turn out to be a very rough Topher.
Oh, there's our defense sword. That's our second loose item there.
Yep.
So yeah, big time. Like what I said before, more than likely your loose items are going to be in a place like Volcano because there are 32 checks here. So that's huge having that defense sword. If I don't know, he checked Chime earlier. Would you have checked Overworld to see if you could potentially find a cheeky, T-Rex or some sandworms or something like that to get some levels on?
I would have thought about it, yes.
Especially if you're in this situation.
Encounter. Yeah, it's hard when you have 0.5 overworld encounters. However, I think there is a very early encounter. I would have checked because the thing is, you're absolutely correct in your earlier analysis. This party is not a static grind party. You don't want to be bogged down by trying to find a tile, by trying to find something that you can get experience, because in all reality, you have a double melee party. You need experience, and not only your ninja, but your fighter. And you need the levels so you can survive spells with at least your red mage with fast. So you're going to have to do like a full party grind. And the benefit of this party is to get through things quickly. So that really didn't answer.
Okay. Wanted to go on ahead. I heard we lost a little bit of stream action there. Just wanted to point out on Luffy's side here that he did pick up the Ruse item, which is basically a second defense sword. So big pickups here in Volcano with 2 defense swords. And Shum just now doing class change just before the cutoff at level 15, so that's pretty awesome. Oh my gosh, I saw a T-Rex and Shum just reset out of it like it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's I always do that and I kick myself for it.
Oh my lord. All right, so Luffy pulling up our second fiend here, looking for 2 more shards. Shum is going to check out This has got to be Northwest Castle since we've seen everything else, right?
Correct, yes. This is a very... I like this play, and not just because of sword deals, because a lot of people aren't going to go here. You have the crown. There are 2 trap tiles that you can check here. And if it's something good, like if he finds the eye tile here, he's got to stay until he's, level 29.
Yeah, oh, for sure. So here we go. The crown gave us, I didn't see what it was, but it had to have been
crystal.
The crystal. Yes.
Which I think is going to turn into the power bong eventually.
Yeah, the only other thing we haven't seen is whatever's in Sky Palace, so it could be the Masamune.
Oh, right.
Because those are the only... Yeah, so let's see what Shumbabi does here, because he does have the key. Luffy heading into Sea Shrine. I would be shocked if he went down to the Incentive Sea at this point.
Well, he's still looking for some shards. I can understand, like, if he gets them along the way, but...
True, but he's already probably done the math and has realized he only needs 3 shards plus these fiend kills. So he's probably not checking very many boxes with the gear he has. And Shumbabi did exactly what you would not have done, and he didn't check the spike tiles in Northwest Castle. So he checked the boxes and got out of there.
But he beat up the Sarias, so mad respect.
No, I hear you. There's green lizards. They just, every time I see one, I just want to punch it.
Saria is, of course, my favorite enemy. But I'm kind of surprised that we're not going back to Sky. Like, I love going to high density locations that I know of in this. And Sky is definitely one of those if I'm looking for shards. I can definitely see why Luffy would go back to Sea, because we do want those 4 shards from Kraken. That's a guarantee. Well, as long as we can kill Kraken, let's settle down. But
well, we do have Fast and Temper, Fast level 4, Fast level 2, and Temper level 3. So I mean, we should have the ability with this party to kill Kraken, depending on what Kraken decides to do.
Oh yeah, and our armor is pretty good. We almost have what you would call, we have the fake ribbon on the knight, because we have the Aegis Shield, the Dragon Armor, and the Pro Rank.
Yeah, and it looks like we lucked out here in Melman. Life in its vanilla slot on that second slot at level 5 white magic means the red wizard can learn it.
Ooh,
so
that's huge.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Luffy is going to clear this area. I mean, yes, because of the spike tiles. No, because of how long it takes to clear this room, and it's a decent amount of boxes, but it's a lot, especially with Mad Ponies. Are we messing with Mad Ponies if it's Quint?
No, God, no.
Yeah. And neither does he. He's like, no, we gotta go.
You know what I like here is when you check things that are not normally checked, like. Every now and again, I'll make like just a gamble, like, oh, not a lot of people are going to check this. If there's something good in here, it's going to give me a huge advantage. And I think that's kind of what Luffy's check was there, because if he found the eye tile there, like, no, I mean, 9 times out of 10, 99% out of 100, I am not checking that tile. So Luffy would get an advantage over pretty much every other runner.
Yeah. So right now we've got Shumbabi in Sky because he's got the cube and, all the things that can get him back into Sky now. Luffy lighten up the 3rd orb, which will give him 4 more shards, which will... I feel like I've seen him at least pick up 1, if not 2 slices, which means he's got to be a TXL away from finishing the game. And oh my gosh, the best EXP battle in the game, the 3 to 4 worms over here on Shumbabi's side, and they don't have much EX or much HP. It looked like just a little, around 400. Oh my gosh.
Even less than that, yeah.
Oh my.
300 some change. But this is why, but we go over to Luffy's side. This is why Kraken is still scary. You don't have any ribbons. We still made it through that battle, but that was very scary.
Yeah, but and then of course, another trolley after. Oh no, and it has stun punch. Oh my gosh, this is... No! I mean, luckily it's the fighter. Just get out of this paralysis, please. Okay, cured. Kill. Oh no, doesn't kill the water. Okay, the water misses. Okay. Oh my gosh. Holy, that was terrifying.
Everybody. That was one step away, and I'm pretty sure that Luffy missed a step in there. So I'm gonna give him a little crap for it.
Yeah, but Shumbabi gonna go on ahead and take these worms down. I don't blame him here, and I imagine Luffy will do the same thing when he goes in the sky, because he is gonna beeline Tiamat at this point, because he's got things to do. And if he sees that worm tail and he realizes how weak they are, he's gonna probably go all the way to like what you said, level 28.
Now,
25?
at this point, this is where you start getting into the strategy of what your end game is going to look like. Because right now, Shumbabi is taking the full party grind, which I can absolutely get behind. However, we don't have a lot of ribbons, so the higher the level of a single character is going to be more important. And what characters are we going to need? We're going to need that red mage, because that is we have life that's learnable at level 5, and we're going to need that fighter or some sort of melee, and the fighter is the best choice based on the armor. So I'm thinking that I might just take a 2-person grind with the fighter and the red mage and get up to like level 35 on those worms. It's going to take about the same time as getting a full party up to 26, 27.
Yep. And speaking of the devil, I missed his shard count just now. It looked like he was really close to 24. I would say he is a Tia kill away. I'll double check. I'll try to keep an eye on Luffy's screen next time he pulls up his menu, but I want to say he's like right there. Shumbabi passed the worms, up in the sky. Looks like he is full clearing to look for the incentive. No, never mind, he's not.
I was just taking the chest, or if he is, he's going to 3 first, Sky 3, because it's got more chests on it.
Oh, probably forgot the thing was turned on. There's a pro ring. He's also, he's thinking about what he's doing. Probably looking at the flags now, realizing, it's a random box here.
I think I saw Luffy's. It looks like he has 5 shards to go. So he's at 19, Shumbabi at 13.
Yeah, I was just about to say Shumbabi 11 away, because he left the screen up pretty long for us to look at. And here we go, we're on worms, and yeah, you can see the excitement in his menu in there. That looked pretty good. Big hit from that katana. Decent enough hit from that Vorpal. Oh my gosh. Oh, Lit 3, Vorpal, Sun Sword, and katana. Luffy just with the better ability to take this, I think, even though I think they both had the same gear, but I don't know, that just looked way easier on Luffy's side versus what I saw over on Shum's side.
Well, I think Luffy is a little bit higher level than Shum was when he started off that grind. And even now, I think Shumbabi's around level 20, and yeah, Luffy is at approximately 18 across the board.
Darkmoon pointing out that Shum's characters are swinging a rune? That can't be right. Rune and Vorpal look the same, except Vorpal's like a bluer color and Rune is pink. It wouldn't make any sense for him. Oh, okay, yeah, it's gotta be the Vorpal. And Luffy getting out of there, kind of shocked by that. I would at least want to be in my 20s, huh?
I mean, we still have to kill Tiamat. And if we're looking for that bonus XP, we might as well kill Tiamat and then walk back up, grab those because we have access to warp.
Yeah, it's 25. It's not like the greatest EXP bump in the history of time.
But every little bit counts, Gregory Puff.
I know, but that slice puts him in legitimate go mode here. So all he has to do is kill Tiamat in order to finish the game. As you can see, he's got 20 shards. Needs 4 more nodes to kill, and Tiamat's going to get him that 4. And yeah, he'll be good to go. Gonna check just a few more greed checks, maybe find a Masa. Probably what he's looking for. Nope, just gets an extra slice. So he'll have 25 slices. What do you do with the extra slices once you're done? You light up the orb and you got one more shard off to the side?
I like to go, I like to make a necklace out of the extra shards.
We're going ahead and mute that.
Oh, should Bobby finding a war mech? Gotta take it on. That thief did not hit very hard. And,
oh, he's got the Vorpal on his head.
has stun touch. Oof.
That's rude.
I want to say the red mage might have had that as a Polaris.
So yeah, it looks like the fighter has a coral sword, and the Vorpal is on the red mage, is what I'm seeing. That looks right, correct?
Yeah. Well, we do have Saber, so that's not terrible. But we're level 22 across those characters. Luffy taking on, doing a double fast move, and doing ruses on here. I can definitely see wanting to make sure that we save our grind and everything like that. I don't know if I ruse here specifically, because that thief is already pretty dodgy. The knight has a ridiculous amount of armor. And look at that big old hit. So Luffy, with lighting that, full shards 50 just after the 50-minute mark, and I think we're just going to go into Temple of Fiends at this point at level 20.
Yeah, it looks that way. Gonna do some last minute shopping. Probably grab life. Doesn't look like he picked up over here.
Yeah, that's.
And maybe some last pickups here for the Ninja and Knight as well. I think Ruse, well, we have the defense sword, so there's no real reason to pick up Ruse at level 2. What else was there? Fast, I think you can grab on the Ninja. Checking the armor shop or item shop. You must have had some like silver bracelets or something here.
I think there were the gold bracelets here, if I remember correctly.
And it looks like whatever Shun got out of, oh gosh, it was a while ago, because I remember it being the slab. It was like the crystal to the slab. I think that was out of, where the heck was that out of? Was that out of D-Shrine? Whatever it was, it led to the power bond. So he still doesn't have the Masamune.
Yeah, that means that the Masamune must have been hiding somewhere on Sky?
Yeah, I think so, because I don't think either of them full cleared Sky.
Oh, I hope it was the Vanilla Bane chest. I don't think any of them checked out.
We got Luffy, our first person, at least on stream, the 2 people on stream, in Temple of Fiends at 51 minutes, 54 seconds. Let's see how this Topher goes.
But what are you thinking here? So Luffy's what, about 20 across the board? Do you go in? I don't know if I go into Temple of Fiends at this. I think I take a couple of levels. I don't have any ribbons. I don't have a wall. I'm terrified. But then again, Temple of Fiends might not be too bad, because we have a decent amount of gear. We've got the Vorpal, we've got the Katana. Chances are pretty good that at least Lich 2 and Carry 2 are not going to survive past round 2. We've got we got a defense and a ruse staff. So this is kind of a gamble.
Yeah. No. I agree with you. I would have sat on those worms a little bit longer. If it was me, of course, I'm not trying to, again, tell these runners what they should or should not have done. But I'm not sure I'm going into Topher with this party without ribbons at level 20. I would have at least wanted 1 ribbon. Now, you know, the boss scaling isn't too crazy at 70 to 160. So, or sorry, 60 to 170. so we could potentially make this work. But a Topher wipe, especially a late Topher wipe, like a Kraken 2 or a Tia 2, could be devastating to Luffy because depending on what causes the wipe, he may have to reassess his entire Topher plan.
Yeah. I mean, just one crack, one bane, one zap is all it's going to take to rain on your parade.
Yeah, especially since, you know, everyone but that knight only gets 2 MDef per level, and that's not a lot when you're level 20. I mean, that's like 40 MDef. That's about I think that's like less than an ogre. We'd have to get spell zap in here to tell us for sure. That's pretty bad. Shun getting a Masamune -1 from a TNT turn-in, which that must have been in Sky. I didn't see it, but it had to have been. I'll have to ask him about it when he...
it ended up being the slab turn-in, which was from the crystal, which was from the crown.
Yeah.
Which was from somewhere.
Well, and I have to say, we've been so focused on Luffy's play, you blink and you miss, and Shibabi's already got 24 shards. He's not that far behind Luffy. And with the Masamune now, and I think he has better levels because of the Warmack kill. I mean, he's in the driver's seat here. And here comes Stock coming out of Kraken, luckily missing 3 of his Light Warriors, but lands on the Thief that he was clearly hoping to use for, like, something, because he cast Fast on him. And here comes Bane. That's going to do it for his party. Oh my gosh, the Thief again survives, misses a rub as well. This is scary, though. Do you even bother with this battle, or do you reset?
I'm out. There's no way. There's no way I'm missing it again. With the Thief.
Am I missing something here? Does he have a ribbon? And I just completely missed it? Because, like, he just missed so many things. That was like that was a Bane, a Zap, a Rub, and a stop that Thief dodged. That is crazy.
Well, the Thief didn't dodge the stop.
Yeah, sorry. The Thief also didn't dodge that 10 hits for 487 damage. So Luffy now, this is the kind of thing we were talking about here. 1 late wipe, and now all of a sudden he's only like a floor ahead of Shibabi. And if Shibabi can one-shot this because he's got better levels, then he's in a good spot.
Well, he doesn't have that much. He's at level 22 on 3 of his characters, and level 20 on the other Thief.
Well, that fighter clearly has some sort of HP growth there, because that's like 631. That's pretty high for a level 22 fighter, huh?
No, I'm sorry, 23 we're at. But with the Masamune -1, if we're using that, our breakpoint for 5 hits on the fighter is, of course, 25.
Yeah. Luffy took down some green dragons, but decided to warp out and save the levels. It's going to go back in. And Shibabi just going on ahead and moving along. Let's see what ends up happening in this Kraken 2 once we get around to it, because, man, that battle looked crazy with all the insta-kill spells coming out of him.
Yeah, that Bane was the second spell cat, or a stopping ability.
Yeah, so you had
spell.
Well, yeah, stop was the spell, so that paralyzes everybody. Then you had Bane coming out right afterwards, Rub after that, and then Zap after that. And Bane and Zap are like the 2 big scary insta-kills, especially when you don't have ribbons, especially with a low-level 2 MDef party like this besides the fighter. But again, you know, Shun may have a ribbon that we didn't see him pick up out of Sky. I mean, he had the Masla, so we'll see how the rest of this goes here as he makes short work of Lich, and now we're up against Carry too.
Yeah, that Masa and Katana are still doing a reasonable amount of damage by themselves. I can definitely see going in here at these levels, but it's still... Well, you know, something that I haven't seen in a while, Gregory Puff, a Topher grind.
Oof, yeah, the old Earth 1, go to the left as soon as you hop on a Topher grind. It's been a long time since I've seen one of those, but they used to be the thing way back when.
Yeah, I mean, you get a higher encounter rate in here. I mean, even if you just do the first couple of floors, you can get ghasties, you can get worms, you can get basically, chimeras and chimeras. So you can get a lot of experience in here. It's typically not done because there's better experience outlets out there. But just a thought, like you always have Topher enemies that you can fight that will give you a reasonable, if not great amount of experience.
Yeah.
Just make sure you warp out and save if you're going to do that.
All right, so Shumbabi coming through here. He's going to get his first taste of Kraken 2. I got to get through this Gray Shark and Big Eye battle first. Luffy making short work again of that carry too. See how Shumbabi goes through this, bruising it up, fast, temper, fast coming out, Kraken attacks, kills the thief right away.
Goodness.
Wow, so much for that extra agility there. Big hit, 242. Good turn order there, outside of course, the fast that went off a little bit late. Stop coming out. Bane coming out. Kills the red mage, but leaves up the fighter.
Ooh.
Not the greatest hit in the world from the fighter. Good turn order again. 5 hits, 546. Takes down Kraken. Gonna have to two-man the rest of this, but at least it's better than running a solo ninja. So let's see how Tia goes. And over on Luffy's side, stop landing on a lot more people, but a pretty big hit from that ninja.
Oh, down go the red mage.
Yeah, red mage is down over on Luffy's side. Shum loses the black mage. Luffy threw Kraken 2. Nuke out of Tiamat, but luckily Fighter has plenty of health. Stop coming out, misses. These are some scary late fiends here. 7 hits, 201. Takes down Tia 2. Level 24 Fighter. That's perfect for that Masamune. Gets him his 5th hit.
Well, no, the Mossman is -1, so he needs to be 25 to hit that 5th hit.
Yes. But Shum has the power bomb, which is going to be the equalizer. Not only the power bomb, but the Masamune. So he's going to have a little bit better damage output, especially against Chaos here. The Ruse coming out. Chaos 2 hits 122. Another Ruse. Fire 3 does nothing. More ruses just to make sure that Chaos can't do any crazy Chaos things. He continues to attack. Ink is one of his skills. More power bomb coming out. Chaos misses. Luffy, solo fighter, level 23, hits through Tia 1 or Tia 2. Oh my gosh, Chaos is a dodgy person. As all that power bomb, and it was like one hit for no damage.
It was like 46 damage.
Oh my god, 98 damage. I mean, this looks good on Luffy's side, but he has no way to make that Vorpal any more powerful. You know what I mean? No way to make that Vorpal more powerful. So if he had the power bomb, he'd be in great shape going into this battle. Vorpal 1 hit, 1 damage. Vorpal with its great crit rate. Yeah, but that's still only 63 damage on one crit.
Shumbabi's down to 31 health. Does a swing do it? 104. Chaos misses. Oh my goodness. Fire 2 rolls out. 10 health left.
Get
paralyzed by stun. Oh, God.
4 hits, 608. Oh my god. 608. Go ahead and throw your GGs out there to Shumbabi with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, 34 seconds. That is good enough for first place. Good enough for first place. Let's go ahead and pull him into the room and we'll talk to him about the run. Shumbabi, how you doing?
Oh boy. I'm doing, I guess.
I mean, that Chaos is like the worst case scenario you want to see from many, especially coming out of those last 2 Fiend battles where you had Nuke, you had insta-kills left and right, no ribbons to stop them, punch-happy Kraken too on top of it, a punch-happy Chaos, you got stun all over the place. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I did my shopping for ruse. I was like, defense is probably loose in Volcano, and I'm not going there.
Then Luffy out after his second battle there against Chaos, kind of in the same position as you. Only thing he didn't have was that power bonk. We were trying to figure out where the power bonk and the Masa came from because we were kind of focused a little bit on Luffy's screen. I know that the Masa came from a TNT turn-in. I'm assuming you found the TNT in Sky somewhere.
The TNT was the slab turn-in. I don't recall where the slab was.
The slab was the crystal turn-in, I think, right?
I mean,
yes, I think slab was from crystal, which was from crown.
It was a long chain, and I knew that Masa was win conditioned for me, and I probably, in retrospect, could have moved that Vorpal over with the power gauntlet, but I thought, for some reason, I thought that the -1 actually left me at a 24 breakpoint, and so that's why I kept it on when I saw that I hit 24 off of tier 2.
Yeah, we actually talked about that a little bit. He's the one that corrected me. It was 25. But yeah, I mean, the big thing for you, I don't think was even the Masa beam, because I think the Vorpal would have been fine, but was that power bonk that you picked up.
I want to say Astos?
That was the adamant.
Oh, was it? Yeah, I did way more turn-ins than I think I needed to. I knew I was going into Topher behind other competitors, but I was hoping that my prep was going to overcome some things, and it appears that it did.
Oh my gosh, Lich 2 with a zap that we never saw, and Luffy out of there again. So this whole Topher, I mean, I thought Lich 2 was fine. Carry 2 seemed to be fine, but it seems like all these Fiend battles are scary in one way or another, especially without Ribbon. And off stream, unfortunately, Chanigan has forfeited from the race. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of this turns in. But as of right now, Shumbabi is our first place and only finisher so far.
I feel so bad for him because I was watching the stream just as I had finished up, and I saw that he unfortunately bumped into that Kraken also.
Yeah, he had. I mean, I don't know if you saw the first Kraken battle, but it was pretty unfortunate with the Banes landing pretty much on everybody, and Stop had already landed on the Ninja. So yeah, it was pretty ugly.
I'm curious if anybody had come across a ribbon, because it was a nightmare, and not having wall, not having ribbons, it was a little scary. Although I guess wall could have been level 6. I didn't check it.
I mean, most of you guys cleared a lot of the same stuff. I mean, Chanigan saying ribbon was in validation chest.
Hilarious.
Yeah, of course it was. And Chanigan saying didn't want to redive Topher after all that, so just went on ahead and forfeited out. And Dark Moon off stream, don't want to give anything too much away here, but based on the fact that you were second place and Luffy was first, and the way the points are set up, and we already have our second place finisher with pickles and beer, you are the Platymus Prime, Mr. Shumbabi.
Oh my goodness, is that the name I'm given? That is
Platymus Prime.
I might have to change my Discord name.
Yeah, do it. I'm gonna go on ahead and give you the role now because I have those abilities. Wait, do we even have the Platymus Prime as a role? I don't think we do anymore. The last Platymus Prime was spells up like 2 years ago.
That is quite the mantle to carry.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm impressed that you're even handling this okay, because it comes with great responsibility.
Oh no, my heart is beating out of my chest right now.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to take this opportunity to thank you both for putting this together. I really enjoyed this small tournament format. It was a lot of fun with a lot of people that very good competitors and just very good flags crafting. It was just fun all around.
Yeah, I am really glad that Dead Pulse really kind of pushed for it. We had done a Platymus thing or a Platypus thing a couple of years back that was met with a bit of negativity. So the fact that we were able to get it going and it was fine and the flags were great, we got a good turnout of runners. I'm just really happy that it was able to come around. So GG's to you for making it through this. This was a tough seed. Everything was, I wouldn't say tough in the sense that the entire seed was tough. It was just this Topher was gnarly. As Luffy can tell you right now, Bane coming out, he's down to a solo fighter again. 7 hits, big hit onto that Kraken tomb. Another swing coming out, takes down Kraken tomb. Gonna just try to man mode this and see how things goes against this Tia tomb. But yeah, so going into this, what were you thinking? Like the plan with instant shuffles? You don't see a lot of instant shuffle scenes.
You know, I actually played one the other day accidentally, and and it got me thinking about how I want to do these dives. And so, like early on, you saw that I like jumped into Marsh and jumped into Ordeals. I was like, nah, there's no way I'm doing this without scoping out some other locations first.
Sorry, I had to cut away from you for 2 seconds. Tiamat landing a stop and then takes down that fighter again. Luffy going on ahead and giving us the forfeit. And he's in chat with us right now, which I'll talk to him here in a sec. Luffy, I'll come to you in a sec. I want Shunbobby to finish his thoughts on how he, mentally prepared for this seed. But everybody in chat, go on ahead and get your GGs out for Luffy. And yeah, go on ahead, Shunbobby. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I treated it kind of like a normal shard hunt experience, and just knowing that I would have to delay some entrances from time to time. And you were very generous giving us the AoE caster item early on, so I knew I could take some early levels, like if I found a Mirage early or something. And yeah, just coming into it, the only thing that I was really concerned about was knowing that we had shuffled trap tiles with the alternate formations. I didn't want to see a triple worm tile, because I was like, I wanted to take a black belt and keep it dead until I found a tile like that, or at least just reman the whole thing. But I opted for a slightly safer strat, I think.
Yeah. No, I think that the way that you ran the seed, I think. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think that you executed that very well. You guys both ran the seed very well. Luffy, GG, sorry about all that in-game treated you there. That just goes to show right there how important at least one ribbon is.
Yeah, it happens. Once I got Bane the first time, I'm like, oh, this is not going to end well. And then the Zap came out the second time, and I was like, okay, this is fine, sure. And then you got through, and then everybody died, and then Chaos Man mode. If I had like one shot of fast on that fighter when I got through that third time, I probably could have taken him down, because I was doing like a decent amount of damage, like 100 here, 200 there, but just didn't have enough in it.
Yeah. So Dark Moon and our chat is letting us know now that the top 3 runners of the Platy thing are going to get their own platypus avatar. So that's pretty awesome for those that have made it, which I assume will be these top 3 runners here. Looks like it was Pitbull's Beer came in second place, and then Rich Bork just finished, if I remember correctly, based on.
So I got to actually run, guys, because I got to go to work, but that was fun. Thank you for putting on the tournament, Greg and Dark Moon and Dead Pulse. Thanks, guys. And GG, Shunbobby. If I'm going to lose anybody, I'm glad it's you, buddy. So y'all have a good night, but I got to run. Love you guys. Bye.
All right. See you later, Luffy. Shun, we're going to go on ahead and probably call the broadcast here, since we've talked about a lot of stuff with your run. I'd like to. First off, Dead Pulse is back, so I'm going to let him ask any questions he needs to ask before we move on.
Oh, yeah. Hi. First off, congratulations, Shunbobby. Platypus Prime probably feels pretty good.
I didn't realize there was a title, and I'm so thrilled that that's what the title is.
Well, we here at Final Fantasy Randomizer like to give stuff away, and by we I mean Darkman. So, but GG's. So tell me what, like, if we already went over this, I'm just gonna do a quick thing. On this flag set, this is kind of emblematic of what you're going to see in the Duckling Derby, where you have a bunch of runners going into Topher without ribbons. I mean, if all 9 runners went into Topher about the same time, you finished 14 minutes ahead of second place, and that you didn't have the greatest of luck in there. But you were still able to get out of that bane, and then being able to kind of see, no, my win condition is just getting my fighter to the end and not getting hit by an insta-kill spell. But basically that goes into did you have confidence going into Topher at the levels and the gear that you had, or were you just going in because you had to?
It's a little column A, little column B. I think that I've done enough of these that I know I could get away with it. I would have liked to mentally be safer, but I think a large part of this is just kind of knowing where those thresholds are, and if all these fiends don't roll insta-kill spells, that's easy mode, right? Because the scaling isn't high enough to warrant me taking more levels. So if I'm dying there, it's to the things that we saw Luffy losing to, right? Because it's just a matter of, am I going to go out and hunt down ribbons? And the answer to that almost every time is going to be a no, right? So it's not so much a problem that I could have alleviated with levels, unless I had taken a black belt early on. I mean, like that's a completely different mindset going into the flags, which didn't quite make sense. So confidence, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I would have liked to have the defense sword instead of having to go shop for ruse again. And I would have liked to have wall. It's one of my favorite spells to, if I'm going to have to take a red mage, I'd like wall to be red learnable. I didn't see it anywhere. But you know what, it worked out, and I'd rather be lucky than good, right?
That's the plan. But yeah, GG's. Thank you very much to everybody who raced in this. Another big round of applause for Shumbabi, our Platymus Prime. Don't know how long. I think we might try this again next Derby. So congratulations on the title for about 6 months or so.
It's gonna stay forever in my heart.
Yeah, I'm going to thank everybody, especially the people of RPG Limit Break, all of the Ducklings, the entire Final Fantasy Randomizer community who stuck with us for 6 weeks through this boot camp. This is a very exciting time. We have a lot of new runners. 26 people are going to be participating in the Duckling Derby, which is going to start in, 8 days? The first race is going to be January 4th of the new year for Group 1. Going to be super exciting. We still have a lot of events this week beforehand. We have the Puff and Pulse Variety Hour happening on Wednesday. The last one, we're going to be reviewing a Duckling on that one. We still have Dark Moon's final extra credit on the 30th. Those are always a hoot. But as we're wrapping this up, thank you, Dark Moon, for streaming. Thank you, Greg Lee Puff, for joining me on comms. DM Stewart, 1981. Always a pleasure. Thank you for stepping up and tracking for us. I am Dead Pulse. We are on RPG Limit Break. This is Final Fantasy Randomizer. If you want to join us, go ahead, join the Discord. You can go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, join the Discord from there. Check out what we got to offer, because this is a lot of fun, if I do say so myself. Again, Duckling Boot Camp starting in 9 days. It's going to be great. So, from all of us here at Final Fantasy Randomizer, thank you for watching and have a good night.